I'm on. I'm not sure you're in the right Zoom meeting period. Check the text I just sent you. I don't see Chuck in there.
Yeah.
He says he's in the waiting. I see
There
Greg.
he
There's
is.
Chuck. All
There's
right.
Chuck.
Here he comes. To
What's
save
up,
the
Chuck?
day. There he is.
I have to consent to being recorded now. Is that the deal?
I don't. That must be a new thing on their part.
Yeah, I've never seen that either, but
Yeah.
About making sure my audio presets are.
Well, we'll find out.
Well, I don't have my.
There we go.
I've got my earbuds.
There's Chucky. Oh, we got a show today.
Oh boy.
Let's see. And Brad, did you get the last thing I had just sent you with regards to the mosquito thing?
yes.
Okay, good. So we'll get into that.
Okay.
We
I
got
got away for the cicadas, and I was in. I was like,
they're killing
St.
me.
Matthews the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, that's nice." Or no, I was getting my hair cut in off Lower Brownsboro, and I was like, "Whoa, haven't heard that in a while."
Work that mic closer, by the way. You're Greg.
You need me to work
much
it closer?
better. Yeah, you let Seth go.
better.
Yeah, Chuck, work your mic closer too. Brad works it all the time. His is automatic.
Hey, the 16-year-old video gamer here.
There you go.
Oh, my shirt is. Woo.
It's one of
What's
those.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yes,
Already the calls are coming in.
Yeah, I see that.
bring them.
What were you going to say, Brad, about cicadas?
So my wife actually went to San Diego because Brood X has arrived. So
Yeah.
she took off. So my daughter is still here. She's as freaked out by bugs as my wife is. So this morning, one of our neighbors had gotten a delivery and of one of our packages. So this morning they set it out on the porch late last night. So I brought it in and it had 2 cicadas on it. And I said, "Oh, Haley, that box finally showed up." I said, "Look, 2 couriers are delivered in." She lost it.
Do we want to tell that story on the air?
They flew it all the way here.
They did. It's 2 cicadas made the Costco delivery.
The
for
trip.
us.
It's
So,
the trip.
Love it.
All right.
So why is it I can hear cicadas in one part of town, but not in my part of town?
I don't
Are
know.
they not everywhere, or
They're-
is it just?
They may not have come out yet, Chuck, because they're
Okay.
still coming. I mean, there's millions and billions of them left to come out,
Hey.
but you may not have as many in your area.
I
Okay.
took a picture of this on my deck this morning.
Mhm.
There, what are those? They look like little moth things.
Cicada poop, perhaps.
No, it's coming
No.
from my tree. I'll send it to Brad.
Yeah, send it to, I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know. It's so weird. I'm thinking, Brad's not gonna know what that is.
Oh,
You know, we
yeah.
got a light blinking in the back, Bob.
I know it's always there. You just never notice
Okay.
it. I can. Is it gonna send you into fits?
No, my shirt is though. Woo.
Okay, I can move it this way. It's always there.
What they call, is that gingham print? Is that what they call the?
It's just checks.
It's not doing it on us,
Okay.
so you're fine.
Okay. All right. Now let's do
Yeah,
it.
it's small. Yeah, it's small enough where it's not.
All right. And by the way, last week when I pitched the reverse contingency video,
Yeah.
instantly I had people sending me requests for that video. So we're gonna touch on it, but we got a lot of stuff to go to. So let us get rolling. Everybody ready? Everybody
Yep.
ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me move this a little closer. Whoa. Uh-oh. That never
no.
works good. I wonder what the hell happened. I guess this thing,
How loose is that thing?
well, it just came off is what it, well, I know what I can do.
I gotta unplug the headphones.
Coco. Son of a gun. Shit.
There you go. Unplug that.
Okay, boy, was that weird. That's I've had this microphone, I don't know how many years, and that was the first time. It must have. I have no idea why that happened. Everybody back? We here? Yeah.
Yep. They were just unscrewed it.
It just unscrewed. It's like, but you would think it would have. I don't know how it unscrewed itself. All right, here we go, guys. I'm glad I did that now and not doing. I'd have to. Who knows what I'd do? All right, here we go. News Radio 840 WHAS. Good Sunday morning. Bob Sokoler of the Louisville Real Estate Show. And this is, by the way, our Memorial Day weekend show, or as we like to say, the Cicada Show. Because for many of us in many parts of the city and county, the noise is inundating. It's overwhelming. We had a great story about that if he chooses to share it. Here with us today, from the Crosby Law Offices, Chuck Crosby, who does a great job on closings, entertaining, knows his stuff, and you walk out not only like you've got a home or sold a home, but you have a lot of knowledge about a lot of other things. You can reach Chuck at 499-6360. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. All right, then Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service. You can reach Brad and his team. They come in as a team. They're the #1 home team inspection service for 6 years in a row throughout the country. And they do a great job. You can reach Brad and his team at his fairly new number, 844-411-TEAM. Brad, good to have you here.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
And my son, Greg, who does my marketing, photography, and so much more. Good to see you. You're looking good and very dapper, Greg. You had a haircut, huh?
Got my haircut.
Looks
Got
good.
My girl, Jody Franklin, shout out.
It's good for you. All right. And so we talk about cicadas. Brad, they can't do any harm to our homes, can they? I mean,
No.
when they disintegrate, but dogs, I heard, shouldn't be eating them because it could hurt their intestines.
They love. I mean, dogs love them. I mean, I've got 2 dogs that go hunting all day long for cicadas. They're not great.
Careful.
I mean,
I did read an article where there's some sort of new fungus that they're producing this year that could have some sort of psychedelic effects.
Psychedelic effects. Yeah, I heard about that yesterday too, and they're crazy. And I guess the dogs are people that eat them because I've seen. I've seen recipes out there for.
I saw the chocolate covered cicada thing on Facebook. Yeah, I saw that.
Well, it's not even chocolate covered. They've got actual chefs that are using them as the entree.
No.
Chuck, Brad, would you eat cicadas as an entree?
No, I wouldn't. No, I'd skip that one.
So just quickly, Brad, the funny story you were just mentioning before the start of the show. Yeah, good.
So my wife actually left Louisville to go to San Diego to be with grandkids. She's trying to avoid brood X as long as she can. My daughter's still here. She hates bugs as much as my wife does. Well, early this morning we had a package that had been put on our porch late last night by a neighbor. It was misdelivered, and I carried it in. And as I walked in, I noticed that there were 2 cicadas on it. And I told my daughter, I said, "Hey, look, got 2 couriers delivered this box." So she looks up at it, and she was not happy with me that I brought cicadas into the house, but it's all right.
Oh, God. All right. Well, if you want a replay of this show, by the way, go to LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's a redirect to our YouTube channel. It's our video version of the show. All right. Some quick news for us. There's a lot of people who are buying without seeing a home in person. Just so you know, in the early months of 2020, 25% of us real estate professionals were reporting that their clients had made a sight unseen offer. I'm not a big fan of those, by the way. In a recent survey, this is using homes.com, 1,500 people, consumers now say 42% of buyers are buying sight unseen. I don't like that because there's a chance you may not like it when you see it in person. So, do any of you know the word FOMO? FOMO.
Yes.
Of course.
Greg, of course, Greg would know.
Yes.
Chuck, do you know? I'm surprised Brad knows it.
Yeah.
Chuck?
Fear of missing out.
There you go, buddy. All right. Lawrence Yum, chief economist, National Association of Realtors, summed up the current state of the housing market, where everybody's vying for position to buy, in one word: incredible. Homes are for sale, getting at least 5.1 offers for every home on the market, some getting 20 to 30 offers. And they're summing this up as FOMO, or it's fear of missing out. Home prices quickly rising, mortgage rates near historic lows. Some home buyers are panicking and believe they need to get in to buy a home right away. Folks, Homes will be there when you're ready for them. Don't rush out.
It's interesting. That's the conversation I've been having with a lot of people that have been deciding to get in the market, or they saw the rush at the beginning of COVID and now they feel like they're missing out. That was the, are you ready? Is it the time? Don't let the fear of missing out pressure you.
Your microphone's doing it again, so try switching it to another thing. Out of St. Louis, 33 different showings on their home, according to Tim Rhyme. They had 12 offers that came in. Out of those 12 offers, every single one of those was over asking price, which is just crazy to think about. And so just in St. Louis alone, we're seeing the same thing happening here in Louisville, and there's just not enough homes out there. And so this is good news that comes out of Business First. There's a new company that's coming in, Texas-based real estate firm, Newstream I guess it's Cos. I'm not sure if it's Cosmopolitan, but Newstream Cos. I don't know if you saw this in the Business First issue this past week. A 20-story office building in downtown Louisville is going to undergo a dramatic conversion after a major sale. They're going to turn it into a mixed combination that'll include a hotel, urban loft-style apartments, and retail space. So good for them. And finally, one more quick thing. All cash offers continue to heat up. If you got cash, you're king. The uptick in cash buyers is most prominent among non-first-time buyers, comprising 33.5% of all cash offers. So if you're a first-time buyer, it's obvious you may not have the cash, but a lot of second, third, and fourth-time buyers are, in fact, using cash, which wins for the most part. All right, let's go to our questions because we got a lot of them and all different walks of life, different people. Chuck, let's start with you. Jerry owns a home. Neighbor next door has a pool in his front yard. Backyard looks like a jungle. What can he do? He lives in the city. Is there something he can do?
Well, there's always the city inspectors that can take phone calls and come out and take a look at that. If it was an HOA issue, bring it to the notice of the HOA. But generally, if it's in Louisville proper, just call up the IPL folks and
hold on, back up. Where? Who?
The IPL folks, the inspection permits and licenses. They go out and they measure your grass, the junk, that kind of stuff, and they cite you if you're out of compliance with code.
So does that go for unusual things in front yards of homes?
Like what? What do you mean by unusual?
Well, a swimming pool in the front yard?
If it's not, if you're in the city of Louisville proper,
yeah,
I can't imagine that a pool in the front yard is considered code. So anything that's out of code, that's what they take care of. Now, if you're in an HOA,
yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you've got the HOA people to take a look at it if they say it doesn't fit the bylaws. Have you seen a pool in the front yard?
Jerry says his neighbor has a pool in the front yard. That's why he's emailing us in. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like a wading pool.
No. This is maybe above ground pool, but it's a pool.
I'd have a hard time thinking that that's code in any part of the city.
All right, and you're saying, can you Google what would we Google to get the phone number?
Inspection permits and licenses.
Louisville inspection permits and licenses. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, if you have questions, and we've got a lot of them, I'm getting a lot of calls, and I don't mind you calling me. Believe me, you can call me on my cell phone 376-5483, and I'll give that number out. But you can also email me your questions, bob@WeSellLouisville.com, and just put radio question and then in the subject line and send me the question. So the next thing, Michelle writes in, she says, I've got fair skin and always get bitten by bugs and mosquitoes. And she's got a new hot tub and she wants to know how to protect herself from getting bit. I have a friend who uses Skin So Soft. She gets it from Amazon. And she applies it weeks in advance on a regular basis. And it's supposedly, Michelle, it keeps you from getting bit. At least that's what I'm hearing. Brad.
Yeah. So, around the hot tub, I mean, one of the things you're going to want to do is just make sure you're keeping the hot tub covered.
Yeah.
Actually, to keep mosquitoes out of any part of your house, you want to make sure you don't have any standing water. So whether it's sitting on trash cans or, right now there's a lot of gutters that are full of all of those little maple helicopters, those little seeds that have clogged up gutters. Anywhere there's standing water, the mosquitoes are going to breed. So you want to make sure you remove all that. One of the other things she may try, the Skin So Soft, I know that's kind of a classic thing. There's a lot of different bug sprays that you can put on, but if you're hanging out in the hot tub, she may just try putting a fan on her. Keep some air blowing across, because that kind of limits the mosquito's ability to land. But there's also a lot of companies that are now treating for mosquitoes in the yard, but removing standing water is the best thing you can do to get rid of them.
So some of the things, yeah, good.
I was going to say, what do you think of those guys that treat the yard for mosquitoes?
I like them. Personally, I mean, I know they've done a great job. Clients of mine that have used their services, particularly the guys that are mosquito specific, I'll say that, versus the other guys that just kind of, it's another chemical they drop in your yard. But the mosquito specific guys are very good about targeting just the mosquitoes. And I think that it's pet friendly, people friendly, as one of them says, but not mosquito friendly.
So Brad, so just so you know, because this is interesting, because I have one of those that they drop a lot of stuff off and do a lot of stuff, and they seem to do a good job. But you're thinking that the ones that specialize in mosquitoes are better. If someone was to email me and ask for that name, could you? We'll send. You'll get it to us. Okay,
I'm happy. I'm happy to give it to you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So there is some help available, Michelle. Also, some other things that are common uses that you could use: lemon eucalyptus. And let me know, Brad, if you think good or bad. And Chuck, if you use these already.
Lavender, all those different oils that you put in diffusers and stuff. There's plenty of blends that supposedly help.
So, Greg, do you add it to your hot tub water?
I
don't know.
Greg doesn't have a hot tub water.
No, but I'm just.
I see what you're saying.
Put it out to the universe. I want to get one.
What about catnip oil, peppermint oil, lemongrass oil? What is IR 3535? Does anybody know what that is? I don't know that either.
A specific extract blend.
But that's an interesting. If you have peppermint oil and you add it to your hot tub water, I wonder if it would do damage.
I'd be careful for like skin sensitive. If you have skin sensitivity issues or anything like that, you might have, be careful with that kind of stuff. There's all those different, like I said, those diffuser oil blends that they sell. Well, no, contrary to popular belief, my son actually has really bad eczema, and chlorine baths help get rid of all of the dead skin. Not that we've done that, but when we go to the pool and we were doing all that stuff, fun fact, it helps the skin quite a bit.
You want to hear something funny?
Excellent.
It's weird for me to hear my son say "my son." I'm just telling you, that was the first time you've ever made reference to Ari. I love that. Well, my grandson.
Listen, he's 18 months old. He's a beast.
He's a beast. I know. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna. The beast is the nickname. We're gonna take a break. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. When we come back. 14 little signs your house has big problems, and then we've got a lot of questions for Chuck and a lot more on top of that for Brad. So if you want to see what people are saying about us as a team, this is important. I love helping people. Please, you can go to LouisvilleSellersTalk.com, or you can see what they're writing. Go to LouisvilleZillow.com. We'd love to help you with finding a house for you with our buyer agents, or having me come out and list your house. We're selling them on a regular basis. Here with us, Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices, 499-6360. Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Services, 844-411-TEAM. My son, Greg, who does our marketing, photography, and so much more. And you can reach me anytime on my cell phone, day or night, even during the show. It'll go to voicemail during the show, but I'll get right back to you. 376-5483. We're back in a moment on News Radio 840 WHAS. So, Greg, it started happening again. So we got to figure that one out.
Is this?
It's a lot of echo.
It's
a lot of echo. A lot of echo.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not much I can do.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. All right, let's get back to it. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. News Radio 840 WHAS, the Louisville Real Estate Show, back with you until the top of the hour. Thank you, Barbara Corcoran, as my mentor, friend, and Greg and I were up there a little more than a year ago to visit with Barbara. And what would you say? She's a real tiger, isn't she? She's amazing.
Oh yeah, she's everything you see on TV.
Yeah, she's a real
She carries
McCoy.
that.
With us, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service, 844-411-TEAM. Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices, 499-6360. My son Greg, who does our marketing, photography, so much more, and you can reach me anytime on my cell phone, 376-5483. Last week, I mentioned a reverse contingency video. We immediately got a lot of requests for it. It's free, no obligation. If you're thinking of selling, and a lot of people are, and you are worried you're not going to find your next home, we now have 3 different ways to help you. And it looks like I see Greg's wife, Casey, is calling Brad even as we're on the air.
That must mean that
Yeah.
we
We have
got a
another
property
offer.
she's trying
Yeah.
to write an offer
Yeah.
on to get in
Yeah.
there to get an inspection.
That's good. See, that's how we work. Not one of the, but anyway, reverse contingency, extended closing, or rent back. Do me a favor. If you have questions, if you're worried about finding your next home, send me an email, bob@wesellouisville.com. Put video in the subject line. That's all you need to do. I will send you back a copy of the video. It's free, no obligation. And hopefully it'll help you and your realtor, or use us. We can help you. So 14 signs your house has a big problem, Brad. Let's go through these and there's a lot. So let's just surface. If anybody wants more, send me an email on this and I'll send it to you. Dry mud tubes on the foundation means
Termites.
doors won't close properly.
That's your foundation is settling. You also got window cracks, I think, is another one of those things that was in that list. So all of those are evidence of foundation movement.
Now my basement door won't open and close. I think because of humidity. I don't think that could be another problem,
too.
right?
Yeah, that can. Wood doors that swell all the way around, not just in one section of it. That's probably a humidity issue.
The floor is sloping.
You probably have a broken beam there. You'd be surprised how many broken floor joists that we see out there. They've just decayed, rotted away, termites, whatever get to them, just age, and they will break and your floor will sag.
Teeny holes in drywall or wood.
Well, this is again going back to the termite piece. They look like little tiny pinholes. Sometimes you'll see little pieces of debris falling out of them, and you'll see them laying on the baseboard in particular. But they'll come through, and when they hit the paint, it's just a tiny little pinhole that you'll see. That's termites active in your house.
And this next one, I actually emailed Brad about this a couple of weeks ago when I was in a house where this was happening. The lights were flickering. Now they were using the newer bulbs.
Right, the LEDs.
Yeah.
On that one. Yeah, the flickering lights, typically in the older homes, it's telling you got something going on with the probably your circuit breaker, or you got some load that is causing that to happen, to cause your lights to flicker. They go up and down in brightness. But with LEDs, a lot of folks are putting LED bulbs into fixtures that have old dimmers that are not compatible with LEDs. So if you put an LED bulb in, even though it says that it's dimmer compatible or dimmable, your dimmer on the wall may not be. And so they'll cause the LEDs to flicker. Sometimes they even look like a strobe light. So oftentimes the simple fix is, if you're going to convert to LEDs, go ahead and change your the dimmer switches out too when you're doing it.
And just so you know, Chuck, the sign that's flicking in the back of my office there.
Yes.
You see that? Yeah. It's one of those welcome to Las Vegas signs that I bought. It's not LED.
It's not a LED.
It's designed to do that. Crack just appeared in your window glass.
Yeah, that's the foundation. That's moving
Problem.
in your house. And
or your neighbor just hit a ball into your.
They look different. The ones that are caused by the foundation, you're going to see in the corner on the side typically, and they move across, versus impact, which is normally there in the center.
Keep going. Washing machine hose is bulging.
Rubber hoses. Please change your washing machine hoses out to the braided steel ones.
A little more expensive, but they'll save you a lot of money.
A couple bucks more, but they will save you thousands when the damage, would occur with a rubber hose breaking.
You discover clumps of shredded paper.
No, it's probably rodents, mice. They will nest, and they love tearing up little paper, and and you'll find little nests of those around.
Heavy white residue on brick chimney. That's what?
The efflorescence,
Yeah.
which is just the minerals coming out, the salts coming out of the bricks. You'll also find that not just on chimneys, on exteriors of chimneys, you'll often find that in your basement. This is all giving you indication that you've got water. Now you got moisture intrusion that's causing that, because that only appears when there's water to transport the salts to the surface.
Slow drainage around the house.
Yeah, probably your main line is potentially getting clogged up, maybe with those little tiny roots. That's probably a call for the Roto-Rooter guys to
that
come out
kind,
and
yeah.
clean it out. Yeah.
Peeling or blistering paint.
Well,
Leak.
latex paint holds water like a water, like a balloon does.
yeah.
So it can hold a lot of water, but that's evidence of moisture intrusion.
Windows are stuck. Same
Yeah.
thing about foundation, right?
Probably so. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll go together.
All right, home stretch. Toilet gurgling.
That could be a clog, or new construction. The builder forgot to pull the cap off the vent pipe. We get that in a lot of new homes where the toilets gurgle because they just didn't pull the vent cap off that they used to pressure test.
Holes in your deck.
Well, you don't want them. Regardless of what the cause is, whether
Rot.
it's termites or
Yeah.
bees, or there's
Or
a lot of
wood rot.
carpenter bees, wood rot.
Yeah,
Yeah, carpenter bees are really active this time of year, so look for those holes.
Odd smell coming from an outlet, meaning
That's a big problem. If you smell a burnt plastic smell
Yeah.
Around an outlet, that is a big danger sign. Get your electrician out there immediately. Get the circuit cut off, because that's a fire hazard waiting to happen.
and a bonus one, if you smell sewer odors in your bathroom that you may not have used for a while, that is
That's your trap has gone dry. Just put some water in it to
Flush-
seal it
flush
back
or
up.
run the
Flush
water.
it, or run the water in the sink. Floor drain, if the bathroom happens to have a floor drain in it, just dump some water in it, fill it up so that the trap is closed and the gases are sealed out.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's got a lot of storage stuff in her bathtub that she doesn't use because she's got other bathtubs, and so
Yep.
she can't run the water. I'm telling you, you got to run the water.
Be careful. Yeah, you
Careful,
got to
yeah.
do it.
Yep. All right, Chuck. Liz has a reverse mortgage, and
Mhm.
she wants to sell, but she found out she's used some of the money from this reverse mortgage for a variety of things, not necessarily. She had some fun, including going up abroad. She would not have any equity in the home if she sold. Do we know anything about reverse mortgages? Liz asks, and thoughts on it.
Yeah, we do know about reverse mortgages. They're in this particular instance, the balance is the balance. Either you pay it to get it released, or you don't get it released unless you have a separate agreement with them. Now, with reverse mortgages, typically the only time I see the upside down is when we're dealing with an estate. Somebody's taken it out, they've passed away. Under the terms of the mortgage, it was, we don't, it's not due until X number of months after death, etc. And they will frequently go down. What is it? The last one we did, it was like they get an appraisal done and they'll accept offers up to 90% of the appraised value. So they'll take that off. I don't know that I've ever seen them do a short sale, is what you're talking about.
No, I think she wants to sell. So, but back up here for a second, just
Okay.
rewind, because the question is, did you say that once you're locked into a reverse mortgage, you can't get out of it? Is that what I'm
No.
interpreting?
No, I
Okay.
didn't say that at all.
But if you wanted to sell,
Yeah, it's like any other mortgage at that point. The balance is the balance. You pay it
Yeah.
or you don't get a release, unless you call them up and you work with them. Now, and that's when I popped in with the
short sale. Yeah. got it. Yeah.
Well, if you're alive, it's considered a short sale. And I guess if you're passed away, it's the same thing. But if you've passed away and there's no equity in the house, they generally will do an appraisal and then you make an offer of 90%. And
Well, you're not, your kin, next to kin are going to make the offer.
well, not necessarily.
Wait, if you
I
wait,
think-
make sure we got this straight. If you pass away, you're not making any offers, just to make
Right.
sure we're clear here, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's the next of
And-
kin, right?
Yeah, you would be changing title from the next of kin if you haven't
Yeah.
done a deed in lieu. They do that frequently as well,
Yeah.
where the next of kin will then transfer the property back to NOVAD, is who we deal with, and then they go from there. But they don't like doing that. But the last deal we had, they took an offer that was, that we pushed. I'm not next of kin of whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't represent the estate, but they took our presentation and they moved with it.
Meaning they allowed someone in the family to buy it
90%
back.
of the appraised value. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just not a big fan of reverse mortgages. I never have been. I feel bad for Liz, and certainly think about this, folks. Before you do a reverse mortgage, consider the fact that you may, even if you're borrowing against the house, you may want to move eventually.
Yeah,
and this kind of locks you. Yeah.
If you take the full amount out at the beginning, the good thing about a reverse mortgage is you don't have to begin repayment until a particular time. Usually that time is based on the, when the borrower dies. But if you're alive and you want to sell it, it's like any other mortgage. You owe X and they're going to want X.
All right, moving on. Arnold writes in on this one. Temps hit the 90s one day this past week. Yeah, I remember that. And he noticed HVAC didn't get the home below 73 degrees, even though it was set to 70. So what can he check? Is there a problem? I saw the same type of thing as well, Brad.
Yeah, the things you're going to want to check is if you measure the temperature at your return air vent, that's the flat vent, the one without the louvers in it. If you check the temperature there, you can use even the thermometer you use to check meat that you're cooking on the grill. Check the temperature there, and then put the register or the thermometer into the supply in that same room. See what the temperature differential is. If it's 20 degrees or more, your system's working great. If it's less than 20, you may want to call your HVAC guy. But one thing you want to check, it just happened to me. I've got a Nest thermostat that has a motion detector in it. Somehow it got turned on. It's in a part of my house that no one ever walks by. It just automatically decided we weren't there anymore and kicked our temperature up to 77 degrees. So
we had that happen.
Check to see if you've got your programmable thermostat that may also be kicking you into a higher temperature setting because it doesn't think you're there.
That is a great point. But let me ask you, I have one more final question on this. So my little meat thermometer says rare, medium rare, well done. Well, medium.
Yeah.
Now,
so
what would the vent temperature need to be? Medium rare?
You really want that one that's right short of rare, as cold as you can get it, Bob, in your house. I know that.
Yeah,
so
I'd like to
Chuck
point out
may go to a full
I would
medium.
like to point out that the meat thermometers that only have rare, medium rare, et cetera, generally hold to the USDA's meat temperatures, which are way off by 10 degrees at least.
My apologies to everybody that I didn't say an instant read thermometer or an infrared thermometer.
Much better. Yes, but we did get a nice joke out of that one. So on a Sunday morning with cicadas outside, happy Memorial Day tomorrow for everybody who is going to be out having fun.
What temperature do you have to cook a cicada to, Chuck?
Well, I personally would go with medium rare, which to people who know is 125 to 130. Not 135 like the USDA says.
Right. Yeah.
But I like my cicadas medium rare.
The fact that Chuck knows this will tell you the wealth of information that you will find and entertainment when you go to a closing at the Crosby Law offices. Guaranteed, you will take it to the bank. That's how good it is.
What we do.
We are out of time. My thanks to Chuck Crosby, who not only is a food aficionado, but also has a really good established practice with closing on loans. He does a great job. You can reach Chuck anytime at his offices at 499-6360. By the way, I was going to say that I had heard that the dogs eating cicadas because of the spiny out shell can hurt their intestines, which worries me because I got a bunch and I got my two girls, German Shepherds, who are they're out there all the time.
If they tell you that they're seeing things.
No, you mean hallucinogens?
Then you got a problem. Then you got a problem.
No, but by the way, for those of you following, we're pretty much better under control with our dogs bothering the neighbors. I saw my neighbor a couple of weeks ago. I said, "How are we doing?" He goes, "Much better." I said, "That's good. That's what I want to know." So they're keeping track of the dog. So anyway, be careful with the cicadas out there. Also here, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service. You can reach them at 844-411-TEAM. And we're going to let Brad go because he's got to call Greg's wife, Casey, back because she's got another deal. One of the things we do is we preset an inspection as we're making an offer so that the seller realizes we are serious. We're getting in there and ready to do an inspection if you choose our offer. It's a little hint to other agents and to other buyers on how to make sure your offer is accepted. And then, of course, my son, Greg, does our marketing, photography, and so much more. I know he has been slammed putting a lot of our listings on the market. And I got to tell you, we did one last week that came in. We listed it 2 hours later. We had an offer. I will tell you more about it next week. Just remind me, guys, because it was just amazing how we helped these people who were worried about finding the next home, but we got this worked out so they have no worries whatsoever. So if you want to know before then, if you're really in need, folks, call me at 376-5483. Thanks again, everybody. See you next Sunday. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. You too, Brad, Chuck, and Greg. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. See you next Sunday. And thank everybody for their service who did so much for us. And of course, the home team, by the way, they bring in the event. Thank you all. See you next Sunday on News Radio 840 WHAS. All right.
All right. I got to close.
Go. Thank you,
close.
Chucky.
Go close.
All right. Well, that was a packed. That was a lot of stuff. That was slammed.
That was some fast talking.
We were rolling. Lots of stuff in that. One of my favorite shows. Good. All right, everybody, take care. I will see you next week. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. See you guys.
Bye.